Well, everybody, here I am again this week, and it's Food Week. Oh my goodness, did I ever learn a lot about food that you guys eat? And boy, in some cases, I don't know how you do it, really. Um, it was a good week here. It wasn't too hot. We got some rain. I hope you guys got some rain and maybe it cooled off for you guys over there too. I sure hope so. Well, one of the things that someone said I should look into was something called toad in the hole. Okay, toad in the hole. Well, over here, my mom said we have that too. And it's when you take a piece of bread and you cut a hole in the middle of it, a circle, and then you put it in a frying pan with some butter, and then you crack an egg into the middle of that hole, and that's what we call toad in the hole. But my mom looked it up, and lo and behold, that's not what you guys call toad in the hole. No, it's kind of what you guys have is kind of like what we call pigs in a blanket over here, and what we were reading about was that it's like sausages that are cooked in Yorkshire pudding. I don't know. But my mom thought it sounded really good, and so she wrote down the recipe, and we're gonna give it a go. It sounds good. Now, one of the things it said that we needed to have were bangers. Now, and it might be bangers. I don't know, but the only kind of bangers we know are like my Uncle Larry, he likes really like heavy metal music, and my other mom, she always calls that like head banging music. So I don't know if fans of that kind of music would be called bangers, but I don't think that is what you want to put in this recipe. I don't think so. But when we looked it up, it said that it's actually pork and breadcrumbs. That sounds a lot better than eating some heavy metal music fans. That would just be creepy. So it sounds kind of good, and my mom is gonna make it. And there's a batter. I don't think the recipe that she has is actually for Yorkshire pudding, but we might look into that too. But we're going to try it. It sounded pretty good. It sounds kind of weird that you call it a toad in the hole, but you know, toads are cute and everything. And I don't know if you can get warts from eating toad in the hole, but I guess we'll be finding out and we'll let you know. Now, also, someone, oh gosh, they threw some French at us. My mom took French, a lot of it in high school and college, but she never got to use it, so now she doesn't really remember much of it. But they wanted to know what I thought about quiz de grenouille. Grenouille? Quiz de grenouille. I don't know how it's pronounced exactly, but apparently it is frog legs. Now, we're dealing with amphibians here, I guess, because we had that toad in the hole. Now we're talking about frog legs. I don't think I would want to eat frog legs, but you know, I know that in French, chicken is poulet, and my mom gives me poulet pour le petit déjeuner, and I really like that a lot. So I guess if frog legs tasted like poulet, I could give it a go. I was thinking that maybe some of those guys who think they're going to grow up and be in the Olympics and like do those long jumps and stuff like that, they might eat lots of frog legs thinking that they would be able to jump better. I don't know if that would be true, but we might need to ask somebody who's been in the Olympics and done that if they happen to eat a lot of quiz de grenouille. Well, now we're on the one that's, I don't know. I just don't know about this one. This came from my friend over there in Scotland, and I think the only reason a person would eat the stuff that she was asking about is if they had a lot of scotch first. I'm pretty sure I would need some. So she was wondering about what I thought about haggis and neeps and tatties. Well, first thing I said to my mom was, tatties sounds a lot like titties. And my mom said, we're not going to go there. So that's the end of that. But it's my understanding that neeps and tatties are, that's a Scottish dish, and it's made of mashed Swedes and mashed potatoes. Okay, now here's something that's got me a little puzzled. Mashed Swedes. I don't know if you guys just like import Swedes from Sweden and then you mash them. I don't know how they feel about being mashed. Wow, I don't know about that exactly. And mashed potatoes, we really like those over here. We're real fond of mashed potatoes. When my mom was sick and she was having chemo and stuff, she only wanted to have mashed potatoes and gravy. And so my other mom and my Uncle Larry, they made lots and lots of mashed potatoes and gravy when she was sick, and she really liked it. So we know about mashed potatoes, but these mashed Swedes, wow, I don't know. That's kind of strange. I don't know. But then you got the haggis. Now, talking about strange, it just gets weirder from here, guys. I'm telling you. Haggis, apparently, is like the liver and heart and lungs of sheep or other animals like that, I suppose. Pigs and cows and things like that. And, wow. You mix it up, apparently, with beef or mutton suet. Now, I know what suet is because my mom puts it in a suet container, and then she hangs it in the backyard for the birds. I don't think I would want to eat suet, so I'm just saying I'm not sure about this haggis just right yet. But they also put onion in it and cayenne pepper, I guess, and some other spices. And then comes the weird part. They pack that all into a sheep's stomach and they boil it. Holy cow, I'm telling you, this is like Organ City. I'm surprised they don't throw the brains in there too. My mom, she was reading the recipe and she thought it sounded kind of good, but I said, Mom, I think it just sounds awful. And she said, well, that's really good, Liv. That's what it is. And I said, what? She said, it's awful. And I said, well, Mom, if it's awful, then why do you want to try it? And she said, no, not awful. It's awful. We kind of went on for a while about that before she finally said, no, awful, like OFFAL, awful. That's what they call all that stuff. The liver and heart and lungs and the organs of animals. It's called awful. And I said, well, I think it sounds pretty awful too. So there we are. There's a few things there that I don't know if I'd want to try or not. I might, but my mom, she still wants to try it, even though she was looking at some pictures of that haggis, and she was kind of, maybe, I don't know, she's not sure. The only way she was going to try it was if she's actually in Scotland, so it can be like real traditional, because over here in the United States, animal lungs are banned. Yeah, they're banned. I don't know why, it's just because. So we don't ever get to have like really traditional stuff like haggis. So anyway, here we are. We talked about some awful stuff and we talked about some good stuff. That's a little joke, awful stuff, and yeah. Well, it's late and I'm tired. So next week maybe we can talk about some more food, or maybe you guys want to send me some more topics, and we'll see what we can come up with. I hope you